Good morning, friends, or whatever time of day it is for you while you're watching this. Thank you so much for following me throughout the week with all of these lovely grounded poses. Today, we're going to combine them all together into one 10 to 15 minute flow. If you need any props that were mentioned throughout the week, go ahead and grab those. That would be a block or a yoga blanket or a towel. And your mat, of course, and yourself. So I'm gonna hop on my mat and we'll get started. We're gonna start in an easy seated posture, just cross-legged, to do a little bit of grounding. So let your eyes close and take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in and out. In and out. One more, in and out. Give yourself a moment here to center. If you'd like to repeat to yourself one of the affirmations that we worked on or that we looked at this week, one of my favorite ones is the simple I am here. I am here. All right, so find your way onto all fours, hands and knees. And we're going to, you can face long ways on your mat, and I'm going to face to the side so you can see me. So we're going to get into Malasana, or the yoga squat. And one way you can do it is just by stepping into it. From here, feet pointed outward, wider than hip width, and then bringing the hands to heart center, elbows pressing back against the knees. If you need a little extra support in your back, if you have a bit trouble falling backwards, find yourself a wall. Lean against the wall, have your feet in position, a little bit in front of you, so not against the wall, and then slide down. And feel free to lean as much on the wall as you'd like to. From here, we're going to do a root to rise motion. So we're going to be really strong in our feet. Take an inhale here, and exhale, press into all the corners of your feet, all the way up to standing. Inhale, back down. Exhale, up. Inhale, back down. That's 2. We're going to go for 5, so 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Ground through your feet. Inhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. Back down. 4. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, press down. Nice. Inhale, back down. That's 5. Okay, come back to all fours. And keep your toes tucked. And press down through your hands and through the balls of your feet. Send the hips up and back in a downward facing dog. If this is your first movement for the day, go ahead and walk the dog. Shake your head a little bit. Let your shoulders fall down away from your ears. Take a couple breaths. Now press your heels toward the mat. It's all right if they don't touch. Just send the energy toward the ground. Inhale, bring your right knee to your chest. Shift your weight forward onto your hands and place the right foot between your hands. From here, we're going to inhale and lengthen our spine. And go ahead and set the back knee down on the ground. We're coming into our Crescent Lunge. Let the foot come down. And inhale the arms up overhead. Check in with your knee and your ankle, make sure they're in line. If you need to take a couple steps forward with that front leg, that's fine, to really sink in to the front hip. You can bring palms together or just have the palms apart. Shoulders down the back. And exhale, bring the hands down to frame the foot. Now we're going to have to do a little bit of readjusting to get into our warrior one. So bring your toes, come onto your toes of the back foot, lift up. Take a little bit of a step forward and pivot the back foot so that the heel comes to the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And inhale again, coming up into warrior one. If you notice that your feet are a little wonky, go ahead and adjust however you need to keep the heels in line with one another. Hip space generally forward, comes to a little bit of an angle. Knee and ankle are in line with one another. Shoulders are down. And while you're here, you can explore two movements with your feet. You can try to pull your feet together, like you're going to scrunch up your mat. And then you can also push your mat apart like you're trying to tear it in half. This brings a lot of energy into the legs. Inhale. And exhale, hands down to frame the foot. Step the right foot back, send the hips up, back to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here in our resting posture. If you want to do that deep knee bend, bringing the thighs almost all the way to touch the torso, feels really good. On the next inhale, bring the left knee to the chest. Shift your weight forward. Place the left foot between the hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, set that back knee down. Back foot down. And inhale, arms up into Crescent Lunge on the other side. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Gaze can be up, or it can be straight out in front of you, whatever's comfortable for your neck. And exhale, hands down to frame the foot. So we're going to inhale, coming up onto the toes of the back foot. Take a step forward and pivot to where you come onto your heel. Heels are in line with each other. Inhale up into warrior one. Any sort of readjusting with the feet you need to do here, go ahead and do that now. Again, choose whichever motion or both, pulling your mat together or tearing it apart with your legs, really grounding the feet in. Inhale. And exhale, fold over the front leg, frame the foot. Come up onto the back toes and send the left foot back, hips up to downward facing dog again. On your next inhale, come on to your knees. Bring the toes together behind you and separate the knees about almost mat width and send your hips back. We're going into child's pose now. So you can either extend your arms out in front of you and get a nice stretch in the back, or if you really want to melt into your mat, you can bring your arms beside you, just sort of hanging over your legs here. And your forehead can come to the mat, or your head can turn to one side. This is our finishing pose of our little short sequence here. All of those other poses were really activating for root chakra. And this nice child's pose can be nice and calming, cooling for the energy of first chakra. Inhale. And exhale, feel yourself get heavy, melting toward the mat. Scan your body for any tensions. And let them release just a little with every exhale. When you're ready, bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press up. You can come back to an easy seated posture, just cross-legged. If you'd like to sit with your eyes closed for a moment, recenter. Bring your hands to heart center. And if you'd like to repeat the affirmation from earlier with me, you are welcome to. I'm going to repeat it 3 times. I am here. I am here. I am here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you can keep these poses in your practice, get a hold of some of those affirmations, and keep them with you as well. Thank you so much. Namaste.